This video is supposed to be celebrating the college football playoffs, all the games that's happened, of course, the last couple of days. Unfortunately, this is not that video. That video will be coming. This video is to really talk about the horrific tragedy that happened in New Orleans that has caused the postponement of the Sugar Bowl. No arguments here. None. Safety of the people, safety of the players, safety of the coaches, everybody, the safety of everybody takes precedent over playing this game. So, there's going to be no arguments here on that one, clearly. But we have to dive into what we're all seeing here. The facts of the case. 15 people dead so far that we know of, that they've released. I think it was 34 injured. A high number injured. ISIS flag on the truck. And we're getting several different conflicting reports. He was an immigrant. He was an American citizen. Well, President Biden has come out and said that he was an American citizen, born in Texas, served time in the military, and then was radicalized by ISIS, posted online about his intentions. And that leaves yet more questions than answers. Why wasn't this picked up? Why wasn't this a red flag? And, I mean, we'll start with the Sugar Bowl for the college football fans. They're kicking off tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. So, there's that. But here is President Biden talking about the attacks and I'll just show you the clip.
The FBI also reported to me that mere hours before the attack, he posted videos on social media indicating that he was inspired by ISIS, expressing a desire to kill. The ISIS flag was found in his vehicle, which he rented to conduct this attack. The FBI also.
So, it was fun. He expressed his views online to his desire to kill, and yet this was never picked up. How? And this was on Bourbon Street. They have the pillars that come up to prevent this from happening. They were down last night. What in the hell is going on in New Orleans? There were way too many failures. This is absolutely unacceptable. And now and we also have 4 people that are, at the time of recording, at large that they're looking at, trying to figure out trying to find them, locate them, and arrest them. And here you have the
this is not a terrorist.
The New Orleans mayor saying that this is not a terrorist attack. Here's that
event. What it is right now is their improvised explosive devices that was found, and we are working on confirming if it's a viable device or not. As Chief Kirkpatrick said, we're asking everyone to stay away from Bourbon Street, specifically from Canal Street to St. Anne. That is my ask. Once again, stay away from Bourbon Street, Canal Street, all the way to St. Anne until we can figure out what is going on. Our goal is to provide you additional information at the 11 a.m. press conference. Thank you so much, and we will be in touch.
Yes. I will say that we want our community and our visitors.
That is the New Orleans police chief, the old lady, the 87,000-year-old looking lady. Are you kidding me? This is the best New Orleans has to offer? Really? Really?
To continue enjoying. There's so much to enjoy about New Orleans, and we are going to make sure that our routes and the
Why wasn't the pillars up to prevent this? Bourbon Street has pillars because there is a party on Bourbon Street all the time. And they put those in as a direct response to these kind of things happening in France. And yet here we are, again, years after this has happened. Those were down for some reason, and 15 people lost their lives because of these two incompetents. It's not like New Year's Eve just snuck up on everybody. It's on the same date every year. And you were woefully unprepared for this.
Dome are safe today for the game, and yet we had this tragic event, and we're sorry again to everyone in our community. But we do want you to go about the day, as we say.
You can apologize so many times, but there was a systematic failure within the government of New Orleans. There are so many safeguards, and from the FBI as well, they failed in this too. And, I mean, for goodness sake, Joe Biden even said he had posted his intentions to kill online and nobody acted. And I don't want to hear this, but we didn't have enough time to react. Oh my goodness. Where's the algorithm then that says that, hey, this is a threat? No red flags on this at all? Are you kidding me? Absolute failure by every single person involved that is supposed to protect the American people. And again, and I don't know why people are making this a immigrant versus citizen. It's not about that. It's not about the fact that that this terrorist donated to Democrats. It doesn't matter. The fact is, the government, both the federal and in this case the city and state government of Louisiana and New Orleans, failed once again to protect their people on so many levels. It is unforgivable. I have no idea. I don't know, don't care whether these two women here are of the Democrat, Republican. Again, it does not matter. The fact of the matter is, they failed their people again. Now, and of course, right on cue, just within 24 hours of this horrific tragedy happening, you have what appears to be a massive crowd of Hamas supporters calling for global intifada. I tell you what, Kash Patel, who is going to be the FBI director when Trump comes into office, he is the most important person in this cabinet. Between him and Tom Homan, the Homeland Security Secretary. Because you have to be able to protect your people. And each and every single person in that crowd needs to be vetted and figure out whether they are American citizens or immigrants. And if they're immigrants, throw them out. Tired of this crap. It's not hard. They hate this country so much, throw them out. I don't care if it's in Mexico or the water or Canada. Ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here, Chief. and then, as if this all wasn't enough, you have Trump Tower in Las Vegas, a a clear political terrorist threat. Driving in with a Cybertruck, signifying Elon in front of Trump Towers, obviously signaling Donald Trump. This is an act of terror. There is no other explanation for this. And of course, you have you have the funny wannabes laughing at this. I don't know what's so funny about a person dying, people getting injured. I don't understand the humor in this. I mean, and this was the and this is what I was talking about earlier. The hydraulic barricades, they weren't raised last night. Had an AR, IEDs. I mean, so much failure here. Let's see.
Law enforcement officials say that this explosion of a Tesla Cybertruck, kind of in the portico there where you saw that smoke rising from in front of Trump's property in Las Vegas, is being investigated, at least initially, as a potential act of terrorism, and that it was, quote, intentional. And there was a person who was found deceased. That is the driver of that vehicle. There were 7 others that were injured as a result. Senior U.S. law enforcement official act of terrorism, and that it was, quote, intentional. And there was a person who was found deceased. That is the driver of that.
And the Cybertruck was rented from the same company as the New Orleans truck. Ladies and okay, this is the first time I'm actually hearing of this. I was unaware that the Cybertruck and the truck in New Orleans, they were rented from the same place. And this is a coordinated act of terror. Whoever is orchestrating this, they need to be found, they need to be arrested and charged to the fullest extent of the law.
That vehicle. There were 7 others that were injured as a result. And so they don't yet have a specific motive, but some things they've found in the investigation leads them to believe that this could have been some sort of a terrorist attack, or at least that they should investigate it as such. Interestingly, Chris.
Again, I love how stupid mainstream media tends to act in these situations. Oh, it could be a terrorist attack. You have a Tesla, synonymous with Elon, Trump Tower, obviously with Trump associated with Donald Trump. You have the truck exploding right in front of the building. That is an act of terror. I mean, this is this is absolutely horrific. A horrific day in American history. One that we really should be able to live safely and comfortably and enjoy this great day of football. And yet, here we are, we're talking about trucks exploding, we're talking about a terror attack in New Orleans on Bourbon Street, with many security measure failures again. Why? What in the world? What kind of world are we stepping into in 2025? Because this is absolutely unacceptable. And at the time of this recording, I do not know anything about about the truck driver in Las Vegas. Nothing has come up from my understanding, but but using a little bit of common sense, these two are connected. Start treating it like it's connected until proven without a doubt otherwise. And you cannot convince me otherwise that that city officials in New Orleans have definitely somebody high up. They knew this was happening and let it happen. Like I said, the barricades were down. This was allowed to happen in New Orleans. And this is absolutely unacceptable. The mayor of New Orleans needs to be removed. The police chief needs to be removed. If there's some sort of Department of Safety in New Orleans, Louisiana, they all need to be removed. Because this cannot happen. You so many failures in simple security for the people. It is unacceptable. I mean, my goodness. Cybertruck exploded at Trump Tower, had explosives, including fireworks, gas tanks, camping fuel, and authorities believe that it was connected to a detonation system controlled by the driver. Ladies and gentlemen, we are
explosion
under
was caused
attack
by very large fireworks and or a bomb carried in the bed of the rented Cybertruck and is unrelated to the vehicle itself. So he was clear to say that this was not an issue with the Cybertruck.
That was fairly obvious when you look at the footage of the explosion that it was not connected to the Cybertruck. You could see the fireworks going off in that explosion. I'm not going to show it on here because somebody died in that, and it looks like it was a suicide bombing, is what it looks like. So I'm literally looking this stuff up as we go along to see everybody's acknowledging now that we are under attack. This is a full-blown terrorist attack, and we need to get to the bottom of who organized this and make sure that they are never capable of doing this again. I mean, that's all I have to say on this. I hate that this is how the new year has started. This was supposed to be a day of fun, rejuvenation, football, and this is taken over the headlines. And the people responsible obviously need to be captured and held responsible to the fullest extent of the law. That is that is my rant on today. And I hate that I have to make this video. I don't like making these videos because at least from what we know in New Orleans, it is something that was easily preventable but allowed to happen. And with that, everybody in the upper echelons of New Orleans, whoever is in control of those hydraulic roadblocks, they need to be thoroughly investigated. And if there's something to be had in that investigation, they need to be charged to the fullest extent of the law up to and including accessory to murder and terrorism. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for today. Please be vigilant. Stay safe out there. God bless. We'll see you next time.